Good afternoon, kasa काय Mumbai? Is everybody still in their zone? All right. Thank you so much. What a pleasure it is to be back on stage to do an important panel. Panel which comprises of none other than the Honorable Police Commissioner of Mumbai, Shri Vivek Phansalkar ji. A round of applause for the man who holds the city together and provides us a safe and secure environment. His workforce is the best in the world, and he delivers and creates a place for us so that we can work in peace. Women are far more safer, and the use of technology in policing is what we are going to attempt in our conversation today. We will also shortly be joined by the Municipal Commissioner of Mumbai, Shri Bhushan Gagrani. He's on his way, and he should be here shortly. But before I get into the details, let me give you a perspective about Mumbai Police. It's an institution which is one of the finest in the country and has been deploying and using technology for policing for a very long time. They have been first movers across the spectrum on various aspects. It's the most valuable city in the country. We are the financial, entertainment, tech, commercial capital. We contribute to about 4 to 5% of India's GDP. And we have a very strong and talented workforce which delivers the promise of a safe and secure Mumbai. Honorable Sir, let me start by first inviting you on behalf of Mumbai Tech Week, and we are also a partner with the Mumbai Tech Week. My first question to you is that give us your views on how has policing changed over the last decade, and what is different now in dealing with both conventional and non-conventional crimes? And where does tech and AI sit in this?
Thank you, Kaustubh, for a very generous introduction and very generous praise of the Mumbai Police Force. They indeed work day and night, round the clock, relentlessly, without much support coming most of the times from various stakeholders. But I also thank the citizens of Mumbai. They are the best, and they kind of move everything aside when it comes to critical situations. Your question about how crime has changed and how situations have changed. You see, the society is a normative structure. And there is a little bit deviance expected everywhere. Like in a classroom of 50, एक दो लड़के होते हैं जो थोड़े बदमाश होते हैं, टीचर को उनको ठीक करना पड़ता है. So similarly in society it is expected that normative structure will prevail and there will be a little deviance, for which we have a system called the policing. Policing is there everywhere. It is there in all organizations also. You have oversight mechanisms, you have people keeping vigil, supervision, etc. Society में जो norms हैं उसको हमने codify किया law करके, और जो law transgress करते हैं, to bring them to book, we have the police and the criminal justice system. And therefore, as the society changes, this system has to change and evolve. And to cope up with the challenges that the society faces or the law-abiding citizens face, we have to constantly upgrade ourselves. And it's a very popular phrase कि चोर जो है उसके पास चाबी होती है, आप ताला डिजाइन करते हो, वो नई चाबी डिजाइन करता है. And it is a continuous race,
continuous process, yeah,
of upgrading oneself. Similarly, now you see that, especially in the last 10-15 years that you have mentioned, technology has changed our lives. And technology, I believe, is going to be the single factor which is going to bring globalization into our lives, into our systems, into our cities, into our countries, and elevate the last person in the society also. His living standard is also going to be elevated. You see how things were before and now. Simple examples, I am told there was a lecture of AI in banking sector just
prior to us.
yeah. You know, I remember as a college student, and then when I started my job, I went to a bank to physically open an account. And it took me, 2-3 days. And every month, if I had to withdraw money, I had to go stand in the queue and then make some friends so that they will take your
Faster.
yeah, token bypass karna vagara. Now things have changed. Now you don't have to go anywhere. Even to open your account, even to withdraw money, even to deposit money, even to buy shares, nothing. It's at the press of a button. So life has changed. Banking may change hua hai, railways may change hua hai, and all this change is advancement of technology. And as technology advances, the crooks, as I said, the deviant elements in the society are the first to use all these technological tools to upgrade indulging in crime and make it difficult for the police. And therefore, if we have to keep a check on them, if we have to ensure that society is peaceful and law-abiding citizens can, carry on with their life happily, we also have to upgrade ourselves. And that is the process that we are into. I am very happy. I'm told the Honorable Chief Minister of Maharashtra inaugurated today. He is, I don't know, he's a lawman, he's an infrastructure man, but to me, he's more of a tech policeman also. And he's pushing the department and the Maharashtra Police and Mumbai Police to, upgrade ourselves more and more, use technology in our work, and also, scientific tools, forensic tools, in all walks of life we are trying to. Hi, Bhushan. Ladies and gentlemen, the Municipal Commissioner, Mr. Bhushan Gagrani, is also here.
Thank you.
So, yes, it is changing and we need to change. Conventional crime will remain, but I'm just, for the sake of the people who are here and those who are listening us. Now thefts, physical thefts are going down, cyber thefts are going up. You will be surprised, the total loss of cyber frauds in Mumbai city alone is pegged at almost 1,000 crore. And out of which we have been able to reverse and recover close to 207 crore last year with the limited resources and the limited technology that we have. But we are upgrading. Recently, we have now developed 3 cyber labs, crime labs. And we are now able to go to the person who is trying to be anonymous on the internet using all kinds of technology that you tech teams have provided. But we need to beat him in his game, and that is the foremost challenge that Maharashtra and Mumbai Police faces today.
Absolutely. Using technology for policing is a norm today, and as the Honorable Commissioner just mentioned, that there are various aspects associated with this facet. And Mumbai Police is constantly upgrading, facing the challenges of new threats that are coming in a single way. And that is a continuous process, as you correctly said. Let me now take the opportunity to introduce Mr. Bhushan Gagrani, the Municipal Commissioner of BMC Mumbai.
I'll just make a small correction. The handsome municipal.
The handsome. Yes. And, on a personal note, I had the good fortune of working with him in the Chief Minister's office. He was Principal Secretary to the Chief Minister during the 14 and 19 tenure. So I have known the rigor, the sincerity and the focus with which Mr. Gagrani works, and there couldn't have been a better Municipal Commissioner that the city could have got in this regime. So thank you, Mr. Gagrani, for gracing the occasion. My first question to you is that this is the Asia's largest AI conference, and BMC is the largest municipal corporation in this part of the world. And obviously, it is one of the most complex mechanisms to operate. Could you share some insights on tech, especially AI, that is being used for delivery of services and also from the standpoint of improving overall efficiency and governance?
Thank you, Kaustubh. First of all, my apologies for being late. That proves only one point, that AI cannot replace natural stupidity. Sorry for that. Kaustubh, as we know, I'm working as a municipal commissioner here in BMC. And for that matter, BMC or any other municipal corporation has got a very, very strong public interface. Since last few years, the corporation has tried to introduce lot of IT related, may not be AI related so far, but certainly IT related, and to some extent, we are progressing towards AI. I will give some examples. I will divide this into two. The service mechanism which is being provided by BMC is B2C and B2B. So B2B is where we don't have the direct people connect. However, whatever we are doing using IT interface is for the purpose of ultimately the citizen of Mumbai. For example, Mumbai Corporation is the first corporation who has brought all the building permissions online for the first time in the country. Because building permission, as we know, is very contested issue. So that is B2B. Second example is that we are using artificial technology for the purpose of various interventions in disaster management mechanism. Now B2C, for example, direct people connect, all our property tax, water tax, or sewage tax, it is directly an interaction through IT mechanism, whether it's an online payment system, whether it's a chatbot, or whether it's any other IT, which we are providing services to direct public. So a lot of efficiency is being generated over the years by introducing these various mechanisms into the public domain. All the licensing system of shops, establishments, that is almost the intervention, any kind of intervention is being almost removed. So all these facilities have been provided over the years by Mumbai Corporation. Now the next stage, what we are introducing to increase the efficiency is to bring all our land-related record on the blockchain technology, by which there will be tremendous kind of a transparency into the system. Now, when we talk about the service delivery, transparency, efficiency and transparency is also equally important. I just mentioned online building plan approval system or building construction approval system. So it is not only available for the applicant, but it is available to each and every person or each and every stakeholder into the system. So likewise, the blockchain technology obviously will take care of all the record which is available into the BMC regime will be available to each and every citizen to see. So this
Direct
kind of
interface.
transparency and efficiency we are trying to introduce in public delivery mechanism.
Guys, this is quite a remarkable announcement. We definitely need, a broad applause, guys, because, it's tough. It's tough to, whether it's corporate or government, it's tough to change things that have been in existence for a long time. And when people make the effort to take that step, there needs a wide-based acknowledgement and applause. And when these systems start to come online, we overall progress significantly on every aspect, including transparency. So thank you for giving us that insight. Thank you. The Police Commissioner, sir, I am familiar with the fact that there is an increased use of AI for forensics and investigation. Could you shed some light on what are some of the challenges while doing that, one? And are there any concerns related to data security and privacy?
Thank you very much. See, we are, as I said, adopting technology in policing in all walks of life. You asked me about challenges. The biggest challenge which any government department, or especially a big government department, faces is a change of attitude and accepting something new. We are so holding on to old methods and old systems that to change mindsets and to make our personnel accept that now we need to adopt new measures is the biggest challenge. Resistance to change, that is the biggest challenge. And therefore, the first effort that we have made is use of AI in training only. So you need to train your personnel, and therefore in the training class, while making them aware of AI, we have also tried to introduce certain AI tools, simple tools which will, there's a huge lesson, for example. So how a tool can just, kind of a pressy writing, create bullet points and some points of it. So they feel that this is useful. And then slowly there is curiosity of how newer tools will be, they'll be able to use in their workplace also. As Mr. Kaustubh mentioned, that women's safety is always a priority in any city, more so in Mumbai. I take pride in saying that it is our first and top priority, and we keep on patrolling streets and seeing that our women folk who come out of their homes for work daily in large numbers, who stay also at home, do their daily chores of life, also feel safe. Now, how do we use AI? Predictive policing is very, very important. We have a huge database of crime against women. So mapping those spots, pattern analysis, then throwing up some inputs to us as to which areas are more prone, and then doing optimal deployment of police force in those areas, shifting and sifting deployment. You have limited manpower and you have unlimited space to police. And therefore it is not possible to, in the olden times it was fixed point policing. एक दोन लोक एका पॉइंटला लावलं, त्यांनी आपलं बघितलं की झालं. असं आता चालत नाही. You have to keep shifting priority of deployment also, depending upon the needs of the city, the time, functions, programs. We have, Mumbai is blessed. We have so many programs happening, the Dua Pola and Lollapalooza and all. I can't even pronounce. I can't even pronounce the names and all. And suddenly there are 30,000, 40,000 people coming, closing in. Suddenly you have new parking plans, new alighting plans, new stopping plans, and the communication of all your plans to the stakeholders who are coming. Now, all this, we are trying to use IT solutions and AI-based solutions. The challenges are several. As I said, the resistance to change is number one. The adapting and adopting technologies. You have to adopt, you have to adapt. For that, you need to change. You need to train yourselves. You need to train your people and then make them use that in your... Because what happens is, the normal legal framework works on paper. Evidence, submission of paper, documentations. Even a witness is there, the mere witness is of no use. Uska statement chahiye. वो लिखा हुआ चाहिए before me and all. So being used to a lot of, hard things, paper, documents, seizure of things and all. Venturing into the virtual world from that is the biggest challenge. It's a practical challenge. It's an institutional challenge. It's a legal challenge also. Because, like, for example, I won't name the case, but you might be aware of some case where, a perpetrator was caught on camera and then his face is there, and then you have suspects and the face has to match. So the face recognition system comes into play. Now merely the face recognition system recognizing a suspect from the thousands and thousands and thousands of pictures is not enough. The admissibility of it will depend upon how the forensic experts see it.
In the court, yeah.
So all these linkages also need to be worked out. The legal implications also need to be worked out. So it's a huge challenge, but I'm sure that we are making reasonable strides at the moment. You are aware of the Marvel initiative of the Maharashtra government, the Maharashtra Research and Vigilance for Law Enforcement. So Marvel is in a big way researching into AI-based solutions, not only for police, but also various departments. I'm told fisheries and transport department is also using it. Now this huge database, you take traffic. The transport commissioner has his database, then the dealers and manufacturers have their vehicle database, the police has its licenses database. Now collating all databases, putting them on one platform for access and for computation and analysis, all these are challenges I think which we will have to face and take head on.
No, absolutely. Guys, this is a very...
Just one add, what Vivek had just said, that BMC and police jointly together, we introduced this face recognition and video analytics for the first time in one of the biggest festivals of Mumbai, that is Ganesh Visarjan.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I am fully familiar with this, and just to give audiences and perspective, that with more than 8,000 CCTV cameras across the length and breadth of this city, with thousands and thousands and thousands and crores of faces, the ability of the Mumbai police to put one single face at a location and scan it through every single camera, in itself a huge tech deployment that they have been able to successfully do. And it's not by luck, by chance that Mumbai police is so effective and efficient. It has taken the rigor of great policing, high credible integrity, and great tech. So definitely this is, and the other aspect he mentioned is that this tech has to be admissible in court, because he is looking at the 360 degree of it. Because once you identify a person, you should have the ability to take that and get him convicted. Because unless the conviction happens, we will not be able to put that person in jail. So thank you so much for shedding the light.
One more, another thing which I wanted to add, and in this, we also need to balance the right of the citizen, his right to privacy, because surveillance can put anyone under surveillance, and anyone can't be put under surveillance. So there are oversight mechanisms which need to be in place for that also. So we also see to it that the fundamental rights of the citizen do not get compromised when we are putting our focus and insistence on the security of the society as a whole. There are ethical questions, there are questions of, the privacy of people when so much of surveillance is going on. And we have mechanisms in place, and I can assure you that the ease of living of the citizen, as the government is into ease of business, we are into the basic ease of living of the citizen, and that is going to be our primary focus, irrespective of it.
Fantastic, fantastic. Very quickly, let me come back to the Honorable Municipal Commissioner. I'm sure that you're aware of the mammoothness of the BMC. 10,000 tons of waste every day, managing the length and breadth of the city in terms of every single civic service, and innumerable challenges, innumerable. There is not even probably a single day which I hope, but it is generally very eventful. So my question to the Honorable Commissioner is that, how do you envision the use of AI so that you take away the mundane decision making and make it, from a mundane task standpoint, more effective? Are there thoughts that you have on how some tech like AI can use? For example, recently the Honorable Chief Minister, because of the lack of compliance of e-office in Mantralaya, decided to implement an AI tool which reads through 2,000 pages of file and creates a single page summary. So now there is nobody who can say that, that this cannot be e-office? Because generally the thing is that you have to read through, the deputy secretaries and secretaries have to read through files and create notes. So, and it's a developing tool. So just as an example, so are you envisioning at the top level some important tools which can really solve some mundane problems?
Yes, Kaustubh, this is very actually, we were looking for this kind of intervention. Honorable Chief Minister has already announced that in any government office, and particularly the office which has got lot of legacy data, has always a problem of shifting your desk job onto the e-filing. So I think this will help all organizations, including BMC. As we know, any city, any urban space is a living entity. So AI or IT cannot completely detach itself from the sensitivities of public. You'll have to take into consideration while introducing any kind of a intervention, AI intervention. So despite that, all our licensing systems, all our monitoring systems, all public grievance system, it has put on the IT platform using various interfaces. But still, the connect to the people is necessary for the purpose of, again, effective utilization of AI mechanism. What we are thinking right now is, apart from e-office, we want to bring all our legacy record, which is a statutory record, on the blockchain. Like I said, huge properties of BMC, land properties, estates, buildings, properties given for various reasons. So all this database is in silos, not talking to each other. So if we introduce the blockchain technology, I think there will be transparency, there will be accountability, there will be complete efficiency which can be introduced for building permissions, as well as you just mentioned about the waste management. Yes, we Mumbaikars altogether create about 7,000 to 8,000 tons per day. So how to dispose of this waste effectively is not only the physical challenge, but it's an IT challenge also, because how do you monitor that thing? So apart from GPS system, which is a very traditional system nowadays, not very new technology, which is being put on all the vehiculars. Apart from that, there are some mechanisms which are necessary to be introduced on the site. So these kind of various things which BMC is now trying to take this one step ahead by providing these kind of networks.
Okay. Sir, just as an additional question, in terms of a little bit broad-based management on ground, what are, if there is one thing that you would like to do, whether it's tech or not, does not matter, but it is one thing that you would like to do which will really change quality of life, especially in Mumbai?
Well, how to articulate that thing is my two or three things as always as a pointers, is that from any point to any point, we should be able to reach less than 1 hour. So this is the articulation of our improvement in quality of life. So there can be physical infrastructure and it is required to be backed up by a lot of IT infrastructure. Then the basic things like, and thankfully we are supplying, but still we will have to ensure that in a better manner, that very hygienic and 24/7 water supply. Right now we are providing assured water supply, but still it is not 24/7. The sewerage system, and of course the Achilles heel of everyone, every Mumbaikars, is the quality of roads. So improvement, now quality of road surface is okay, but we need to find out the proper IT solutions, because there is a huge underworld, so to say, under the roads. There are more than 40 types of utilities which exist. Underworld, sorry.
Two different underworlds, the one that he handles and the one that you handle.
So underworld, in terms of utilities under the roads of Mumbai, so there are 40 types of utilities. So we want to find out some kind of a solutions, IT-based, AI-based solutions, where we don't need to dig the road for each and every utility time and again. So of course we are working on that. despite providing the ducts, physical ducts and physical concretization, but we need to introduce these systems as well.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, you should know that there is something called as World Bank Ease of Doing Business Index. Have you heard about it? So World Bank basically assesses countries on basis of how easy it is to do business. And for the longest time, when this mission was taken by Mr. Fadnavis way back in 2016, only 2 cities used to be reviewed, Mumbai and Delhi. And kudos to Mr. Gagrani because he was in the Chief Minister's office then, and now as a BMC Commissioner, because most of the permissions related to ease of doing business sit with the BMC. And India was at the 170, 175 rank, and now India is in the top 50. So this is a remarkable change from where it was to where it is. But one last question to both of them. Please forgive me for putting you in the spot, the BMC Commissioner, but there is an increasing concern in citizens about, because there are more than 5,000 buildings undergoing redevelopment, entire city is literally, large infrastructure projects are being executed. I know there are norms that we have pressed against each of these entities to make sure that the dust from the pollution comes down. And I am fully aware of the compliance. What would you, the message that you would like to send to the citizens of Mumbai when it comes to, they keep on raising this in Twitter and everywhere else, what would you like to tell them?
No, the AQI level in Mumbai is a matter of serious concern. Now, there are 2 things. One is a global phenomena. Normally, the density of air, which changes after monsoon, as well as some global wind directions, which also changes. So those are global phenomena, and there are localized phenomena. So localized phenomena are particularly the pollution is created by dust and smoke. These are the 2 main contributors. There is hardly any industrial pollution in Mumbai apart from a couple of power plants.
Absolutely.
So it is basically dust and smoke. Dust, of course, is created mainly because of the redevelopment which is happening all over. It's a public projects as well as private projects. And smoke, of course, is mainly vehicular smoke, and to a certain extent, the fire which is created by eateries and bakeries. Now, we have devised series of guidelines how the construction site is to be managed properly by providing the monitoring cameras. All these cameras have been centrally monitored. Regardless, all these things needs the reciprocal contribution from the people also. From the people, not as a citizen of Mumbai, but the people who are developing those sites. So public sites as well as the private sites need very regulated, controlled development mechanism. If that is possible, creating proper curtains, watering those sites repeatedly, not allowing the labor on the site to cook the food at the locations, all these instructions have been issued. Now we are getting more and more serious about making these regulations compliances. And with the help of police, I think we are tried this year, and this year the quality of air, I'm not taking pride in that, it's still not very good, but certainly better than the earlier years.
No, but at least the measures are in place. So very important, guys. I had the opportunity, I'm not going to say which city, because during my internship, while I was doing my policy, I had interned with the civic commissioner of one of the cities in the US. And one of the things he told me is that my 80-85% job is done because people are extremely disciplined, they don't trash around. I think it is very, very crucial for all of us to understand that our job will be far more easier when you become a great civic citizen. So next time when you are out on the road, please be careful about how much you are littering, how disciplined you are, and whether we are teaching that and passing that into societies down the line. My last question to the police commissioner, sir, is that there was a group of 20 entrepreneurs of Mumbai, women, who met the Honorable Chief Minister recently and thanked him and said that this is the safest city in the world to work. And I want you to reassure, these are all young entrepreneurs building their businesses, sir. And they have great aspiration. And unless and until both the government and stakeholders a large support, it is going to be tough. So your message to the entrepreneurial spirit of Mumbai.
See, I am a firm believer in the dictum that, the barometer of safety of a city is measured in terms of how safe a girl child or a woman feels while she moves into the city for her work, business, pleasure, or whatever it is. And as I said, that is going to be our primary focus. Under the 100 days program of the Honorable Chief Minister, we have launched a community engagement program in all police stations. We are inviting young entrepreneurs, established entrepreneurs and businessmen for interactions and trying to understand what their problems are and whether we can be of any assistance or help to mitigate or solve those issues. Because many times, most of the issues do not fall in the realm of the police. But it is public perception कि पुलिस ही सब कुछ कर सकती है, तो सब कुछ करना पड़ता है. As the Honorable Municipal Commissioner mentioned, that even for AQI and enforcement and noise pollution enforcement and road enforcement, we have to step in all the time. As they say, the dust needs to settle down, and it literally needs to settle down in Mumbai. So on behalf of the Mumbai Police and the state government, I assure all of you that we are trying our best to make this environment of work, especially for women entrepreneurs, not just safe, but a happy environment. They should feel happy doing what they are, and ultimately happiness is the objective of all living beings. And we would like to contribute in whatever measure. I can assure you that if you have any problems, or if anyone who knows you has any problems, can communicate directly with us, and we will step in to the best of our ability. The intention is always there, rest assured. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, two of the finest government leaders in Mumbai and Maharashtra, the Municipal Commissioner and the Police Commissioner. Thank you so much for your patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for enlightening us. That was really very, very insightful. Next up, we're going to talk about a really important topic and something that this entire event is based upon.